What is going on, dudes and dudettes? It is Deadbolt here, bringing back some more horror content, and today we have the scariest theories that will make your blood run cold. I almost said blood. I don't know, I'm weird like that. 13 scariest theories that will make your blood run cold by Brightside. Jesus Christ, do you see this? 44.1 million subscribers? My God. But yeah, that's the channel I'm watching it from, so yeah. Let's see what it's all about. Let's see if it makes my blood run cold. Let's see if I forget stop this recording halfway through because it just gets so intense. "13 of the scariest theories known to mankind."
Now consider this. Does the Ohio State University marching band have their field maneuvers directed by aliens hovering overhead high above the stadium? A scary theory, to say the least. If you like that one, check this out.
I mean, I don't think, like, this is definitely hard and unique to do, but I don't think it's, like, unimaginably difficult that it would need an alien intelligence to choreograph. This is definitely something that would take months of, like, preparation to do, but this is definitely, like, doable.
13 of the scariest
pretty cool
theories known to humankind. One of the most beautiful things about humanity is that we question everything. Where did we come from? Where are we headed? Is there intelligent life on Earth? Makes you wonder sometimes. When the mental gears really start moving,
just is there any intelligent life on Earth? I like that.
Downright terrifying. In this video, you'll learn about 13 of the scariest theories that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about your reality. But before we dive down this thought-provoking rabbit hole, become a bona fide Brightsider by clicking that subscribe button. We put out several new videos every single day, so don't forget to enable post notifications too. Alright, you better take a moment to stretch your muscles of your mind because you're in for an exhilarating intellectual ride.
Alright, let's do this.
Number 13. The Great Filter. When you really consider the size of the universe, it's only reasonable to assume that it's filled with countless life forms. Yet, we haven't stumbled across any of them so far.
I agree with that.
So why is that? According to this theory, somewhere out there exists a great filter. The main purpose of this filter is to stop those civilizations that advance to the level of star colonization. If we suppose that this idea is true,
why though?
There are three possible scenarios for humanity. A, we're unique because we've passed the Great Filter. Other civilizations haven't managed to do this. B, we're among the first potential colonizers. Before, the conditions in space were too harsh for life forms to leave their home planets. In this case, chances are that we'll soon encounter aliens. C, we haven't reached the level of technological development that's advanced enough to pass through the filter. Consequently, the trial is still ahead of us.
Well, I feel like we haven't reached the technological advancements to even pass our planet. I don't count the moon as a planet because, you know, it's the moon. But we've sent rovers to Mars, but we've yet to send a person to Mars or anywhere past that, you know. I feel like because the universe is so large, that's the reason we haven't encountered any other life forms. Like, I do believe that there are life forms out there in the universe that, you know, are intelligent and, you know, have their own civilizations and stuff. But space is big, man. Like it's big, real big. So, like, to think that an alien would just happen upon the Earth, it's asking a lot. It's like, that would be a huge coincidence. And I guess, you know, you could argue, well, this universe was created on coincidence. You know, what's the coincidence? What's the likelihood of the Big Bang? You know, what's the likelihood that our Earth is able to produce life? And yeah, but you're asking a lot to go, okay, now what if these circumstances happened somewhere else and those people also interacted with each other, you know, like both civilizations interacted with each other. Like, I don't think it's a filter. I think it's just limitation, you know.
Number 12, higher dimensional beings. Let's imagine something pretty bizarre now. 2D people. Obviously, if you stared at them from a certain angle, like from the top, they wouldn't ever spot you. They'd live peacefully in their two-dimensional lives without any suspicion that someone's watching them from above. And now, imagine something even scarier. What if a 4D being was looking at you from their four-dimensional world? Just like a 2D person, you wouldn't be able to notice this creature in your 3D world.
But why can't we notice 2D people? You know, that kind of throws a spanner into that theory as well. We're being watched by 4D people. Well, then why can't we watch 2D people and 1D people?
You could potentially interact with a 2D person if you found the right angle. In the same manner, a 4D life form could talk to you. Unfortunately, even if these higher dimensional beings exist, they seem reluctant to make contact with the human race.
Yeah,
Number 11,
that's a thing.
False vacuum. This scientific theory says that our universe exists in a false phase state, which means that it's just a temporary thing. What's more, it's only a small part of a larger universe. Let's say this bigger universe is a pot of boiling water. According to the false vacuum theory, the universe we live in would be just a tiny bubble on the surface of the water. But this can't go on forever. One day, perhaps in billions of years, this false vacuum will eventually burst, and then the visible universe around us will instantly vanish with a pop, without any preliminary warning. And what that means for humanity, well, you can probably imagine.
We'll be dead long before that, though. Like, if that is even possible.
10. We're living in a black hole.
Then why are there black holes?
You're aware that a black hole
like
sucks in
other
everything
ones.
around them. But what happens to the stuff it engulfs? What if a black hole already swallowed us up long ago? Surprisingly, some physicists deem this theory pretty plausible. According to Dr. Nikodem Pawlowski, a theoretical physicist at the University of New Haven, everything that a black hole sucks in may turn into a new universe inside the hole or on the other side of it.
What?
Who knows? Maybe that's how our universe was born and where it's currently located. Ooh.
That is interesting. White holes. I've heard of that. But, like, you can't really say what's on the end, like the other end of a black hole. Nothing can survive the spaghettification of a black hole. So it's just unknown. That's crazy. That's honestly very interesting, because when something's unknown, it immediately becomes so much more interesting to me. Like, whether it's like a story or characters or even real life, like just not knowing what's on the other end of a black hole, that's like so interesting to me. You can guess all you want, but we're not going to know until somebody survives a black hole, like going into it. I do like the theory that on the other side of a black hole, it leads to an alternate universe. That would be awesome. In that case, I would wish there was like a black hole right outside like the Earth's atmosphere. You can just go to an alternate Earth. That would be so cool. But like I said, we don't know.
Number 9. White holes. Now, the theory of white holes is closely connected with the previous idea. While black holes engulf all matter so that even light can't escape, white holes are quite the opposite. These formations are believed to spit out everything that black holes suck in. In other words, a white hole is a hypothetical area of space-time that nothing can enter from the outside, but light and matter can escape from it.
What?
It's vice versa for black holes. You can only enter one from the outside, but can't get free afterwards. Number 8. The multiverse theory.
Yeah, that was pretty basic.
You may have heard of the existence of a parallel universe. In that place, everything seems the same, but is in fact quite different. The multiverse theory takes it all one step further and claims that there might be countless other realities beside our own. Now, according to this theory, we live in a bubble that's just one of many other bubbles. They constantly pop up and vanish, not unlike soap bubbles. And who knows? Maybe in one of these universes, dinosaurs still roam this planet.
To just extend on that, I feel like quantum immortality is also very interesting. And it's very fun to ponder. Like, quantum immortality pretty much is that in the multiverse, there's, an infinite number of universes, meaning in one of those universes, you're immortal because take everything that happens in your life. Let's say somebody points a gun at you, he's mugging you, or he just wants to kill you, just say, and he pulls the trigger. In one universe, you die, but because every other universe has a different outcome, there is one outcome where you either just get shot through the head and just live, or you get shot in the head and it just bounces off your skin. That has to be an option because of the infinite universes. Like you just Superman that shit, it just bounces off. And there also has to be a universe where every other life-threatening thing that can happen to you doesn't. Meaning that, yeah, you get shot, you get stabbed, everything, and you just can't die. Which is honestly kind of sad. And that also implies that there is a version of you that outlives the universe that you exist in, like in that quantum immortal state. Because if you die because your universe like runs out of time, let's say, the big crunch, the universe expands and it'll rubber band and contract again into nothing. That means there's a version of you that dies from that, and there's a version of you that lives it and just exists in black nothing. That's pretty freaky.
Number 7. Brain in a vat. This idea has provided the groundwork for a number of thought experiments. Just consider the following statements. The origin of consciousness is the brain. The brain needs electrical impulses to operate. However, it can also be influenced by external stimuli. Thus, if such stimuli are simulated to a high degree, the brain won't be able to distinguish these artificial stimuli from natural ones.
A robo-brain.
Basically, what this means is that you very well could be just a brain in a jar. Something is feeding you false impulses, and you're hallucinating your whole life in reality.
Yeah, but that would have to... You'd have to be a big-brained alien or whatever to be able to pull that off. Because how are you going to account for my spontaneous movements? What if I get on my desk and decide to do a backflip? I can't do a backflip, but what if I just decided to do that? What are you going to do then, simulation? Like you have to be faster than a brain to be able to control what a brain does. That's the thing. And you can't just be a little bit faster. You have to be a lot faster to do that. And like to simulate feeling and like the 5 senses and all that, to simulate everything that my brain is seeing and inputting and focusing on and feeling, that just sounds impossible. I think my phone is ringing. That's okay. They'll call back or leave a voicemail.
Now, that's a truly weird thought.
It is. Roko's basilisk.
Number 6. Roko's basilisk. Roko's basilisk is a hypothesis that some future super-powerful artificial intellect can retroactively punish people who've struggled against it in the past, which is our present, or even those who did nothing to help bring it about. This theory mostly explores the possible consequences of developing AI to such an advanced level that it can backfire on us. Who comes up with this stuff?
Yeah, but
Ready
you'd have
for more?
You'd have to, in order for that to be a thing, they'd have to also invent time travel and like time, man. That's a very weird concept. I feel like if time travel was a thing to the way we think, it would have already happened. We would already have time travelers. We'd already have time travelers here and like present. And I know there's pictures of people who like, people theorize are time travelers just because they look a bit weird. But see, the thing about time travel is you have to travel in time and space. And in order to travel through time and space, you'd have to log where the Earth is at the time you're leaving, and then at the time where it was, let's say you're going into the past, where the Earth is in accordance to the entire universe. Or like, I guess the sun, maybe you could just do it based on the sun, but you'd have to know the Earth's rate of travel in order to successfully travel back in time. Because if you just travel back in time, you're going to end up somewhere where Earth isn't. Like if I travel back in time to tomorrow, I'm going to be in blank space because the Earth moves. Like, yes, it spins around the sun and everything, but the sun also moves. Like, it's moves through space as well. So you're going to be in space. So you have to know where the Earth either was or will be. And then you'd still have to figure out the mystery of time travel, you know, because like, what if you just time travel and you just go to another dimension? Because, you know, who knows if time is singular or if everybody has their own time stream, or if we share one, but if you deviate from it, you enter a different time stream. It's just so complicated. But then again, I am just Joe Schmo. Maybe there are scientists out there that's like, bro, I could time travel whenever the fuck I want. I just don't because it's boring now. Like,
Number 5, the Transcension hypothesis. How about a less scary, more positive theory for a change? Well, I'm ready for that. The Transcension hypothesis states that a civilization eventually gets to a certain intellectual level. Having reached this point, it manages to achieve microscopic technological singularity, okay, stay with me now, and create a black hole which will allow this civilization to leave its visible universe. This way, it'll take its complexity, intelligence, and growth to new levels. At the rate our scientific development is going, this becomes a real optimistic probability for the human race.
That's very
Number
optimistic.
4, the terror management theory. According to this idea, everything we do...
That sounds very Christopher Columbus-like, or like the Viltrumites. It's like, we're so great, and we want to spread our greatness to other universes. Like, that just sounds like another term for, let's conquer these guys. Like,
our nation is enjoying an unprecedented time of peace and wealth. Our people are happy, and we're so fortunate in so many ways.
Where are you going with this?
I've been thinking. We should share this prosperity with the rest of the world. In our hands is the most successful empire in history. It's time we expanded it.
No, the 4 nations are meant to be just that. 4.
Roku, you haven't even stopped to consider the possibilities.
There are no possibilities. This is the last I want to hear about this.
I'm pretty sure, like, knowing how corrupt our government officials are and stuff, do you really think we have the best interests of other universes in mind? Or are we just seeking more resources? You know, that's very optimistic to say the least.
Comes from the fear of death. Our wishes and motivation are based on just one thing, and it's the idea that one day we will stop existing. When you consider modern medicine, or even just anti-aging procedures and products, it becomes obvious that we really are desperately trying to avoid death. Science works day and night to ensure that humanity will survive, and the human lifespan will become longer and longer.
I mean, I agree we're trying to, like, extend life, but I don't think we're trying to extend life as in, but we're also trying to extend youth as well. Like, we're not just like, okay, we can live to 200 years old, but you're going to be, you know, when you turn 80, you're going to be old and decrepit for all those 100 years you're going to live, you know? But the way I see death is like, you didn't know you were alive before you were born. So don't you think when you die, you're kind of just going to revert to that? That's the way I kind of feel it is. It's like going to sleep, I guess. Like, you don't remember not being alive before. You don't remember your non-existence before you were conceived. So why would you remember after you're dead, you know, and everything? I don't know. Being alive is weird. Dying is weird. It is interesting to ponder, though. Don't ponder it too much, though. You'll freak out.
Number 3, the 6th mass extinction. This theory is probably the most horrifying, yet unfortunately, it's the most probable scenario. Some biologists believe that humanity is headed for or already passing through the 6th mass extinction. It has to do with how overpopulated our planet is. In the 18th century, there were about
And here's Elon Musk. Bitching on Instagram. Hey, underpopulation is the biggest threat to the world right now, man. All right, we got to start having babies. We need more babies. We're going to die. And here's this guy. By the way, overpopulation is going to kill us. Like, just so you know.
1 billion people on Earth. But nowadays, just a couple hundred years later, the number of people on this planet has exceeded a whopping 7 billion.
Isn't it 8 billion now? Let me see. Population of Earth. Oh, it's almost. So I remember in high school it was like a solid 7.5 billion. Now it's 7.353. Jeez, it's just going up, Elon Musk. What are you on about? Look at this. It's on a steady increase. What the fuck is this man? Like, I get it. He's definitely smarter than me. But like, what agenda are you like trying to push? What's your end goal? Like, this is he's clearly just pushing something. Like, is it his company? Does he want more people working for him? Is that it? And he knows that like in the future, with less people, there's going to be less people working for him. That would be like, that's equivalent if like Bill Gates went on Twitter and was just like, hey guys, I got information that the earth is definitely flat. All right. There is nothing more important right now in this world than knowing that the earth is flat and we have to do something about this. You know, like that's like so weird.
If nothing changes, the outcome will be unavoidable. Basically, humankind is due for a tragic demise. Number 2, the Fermi paradox. This idea explains why we probably wouldn't recognize an advanced alien civilization, even if it came up and bit us on the butt. This civilization could be so advanced that humans would never understand their ways. As a result of our dumb simplicity, this technologically developed race would never try to come in contact with us. After all, you don't pay attention to ants, do you? It's kind of like how ants don't realize that a highway you build near their anthill is what it is, a means of connecting distant places. We couldn't even fathom the complexity of this civilization, and they, in turn, couldn't be bothered to enlighten us.
That would sound like a boring civilization to live in, though. Like, to just, like, even ants, like, they were using the ant simile, I guess, but, like, even us and ants have something in common. You know, they walk places, they gather food, they eat, you know, they fuck, you know, like we can understand that like they're alive, and yeah, we don't really pay attention to them. That's because we have other things to worry about. You know, I don't think they're just like, oh, there's the humans down there. You know, let's just walk right past, let's teleport past to this planet. You know, to think that there would be a civilization that's so advanced that they like communicate in their heads and they live in their own like weird hive mind thing, that sounds absolutely horrible. Like, I'm kind of imagining cyberpunk right now. Like, that civilization looks awful. I would not want to live in that.
Number 1, the simulation theory. Now, according
we're
to
all
the
in a simulation
theory, we all live in an incredibly complex computer game. Yep, nothing less than
we're
that.
in The Sims.
It's likely that either humanity in the distant future or any other technologically advanced alien civilization has created or will create numerous computer simulations. And while the number of these simulations was, is, and will be almost infinite, chances are that we're living in one of them right now. Sorry, that was my mind blowing.
No,
So
that one's
which
pretty
theory impressed you the most?
well known.
Do you believe that any of these theories could be true?
I believe they could all be plausible. They would just have to be like big brained people behind them. Like, it's wild. But that theory, and I feel like the first one, I want to say, yeah, I feel like that one and the brain in a vat theory are very similar. But I mean, they could all, you know, be plausible, but I don't know. Like, I'm but a person, not a scientist, and even scientists don't know these for facts. That's why they're just theories, you know. But I can say this, they were all very interesting. You know, it's always nice. It's always fun delving into these scientific theories and their complexities behind them. Let's see what the comments have to say. To me, the simulation hypothesis is the scariest one. Which theory impresses you the most? Which one does? I'll probably say the black hole ones. I always love those black hole theories, you know. I just like how unknown they are. The scary part is, I once thought we all lived in a made-up universe. When we go to sleep, haven't you ever dreamt something where the exact outcome has returned to you later? Yeah, deja vu. For instance, dreaming that you once achieved success through a certain way. Years later, you wonder, whoa, haven't I had this before? Yes, you have, because it's all made up. Interesting, huh? Dreams are also very interesting. Like, I have had dreams where I've seen things in the future, I guess, or had deja vu, if you will. So I don't know. Maybe there is a little bit of like something going on with dreams. Like, how is that possible that like you could see things that happen later on, you know? Because like I'm not the only person who's had that happen before. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but like how could your brain come up with something that also exists in real life, you know? Or something so similar that it feels like it's something that you've experienced before. Also, look at this. It's Zoro. He got lost. He's in the comments again. But yeah, this was a very interesting video. Subscribe to Brightside. Their production value was pretty good too, by the way. Is this like an actual channel, like you could watch on TV or something, and they just have a YouTube channel? Like, I feel like that would explain the 44.1 million subscribers. But if this is like a team of people or a singular person, I don't know. That this was a very interesting video. You know, I'll probably definitely be watching more of these in my spare time. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're greatly appreciated, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, everybody. Bye-bye.